Welcome back. I'm your host, Turner. We already know this, right? From last week's episode, right? So we're back here with the sound of emotion is what we're gonna be talking about today. Um, we're gonna explore the ways that music helps shape our lives, right? And this is, kind of a strange topic to think about. How does music shape our lives? Well, think about it. Like, what's your favorite song? And why does that song speak to you the way it does, or why do you listen to it so much, right? So that's kind of what we're talking about today. So we're going to be diving into a topic, right? That we kind of already talked about, but it's all something we've experienced, right? Whether it's a song that makes us feel like we're soaring, like flying, or one that takes us back to a moment in time, kind of pulling and tugging on our hearts. Right? Music, it's not just an art, but it's a language, right? And I'm pretty sure one of those presidents, right? He said, what's that famous quote? Something like, let's talk in a language that everybody here can easily understand, right? And because it's universal, right? You can hear music from different countries, people speak in different languages, and you just you can feel their emotion. And I just think that's awesome, right? So, like, sometimes you can't express in words, so you sing, right? Like, you can hear in my voice the way I'm talking, right? Just think about singing the way we, sing. So we're going to kind of take a deeper look, talk about the science behind it, right? So, like, when we listen to music, our brains don't just process sound, right? They release chemicals. We heard about these chemicals, like the happy chemicals, like dopamine. We get like joy and excitement, right? So the rhythm of a song can influence our heartbeat. You ever have that where I mean, it happens to me. Like, I tap my foot or something, and then my heart like the rhythm of my heart, right? They talk about the rhythm of your heart. All right, my voice isn't too good, so I apologize for the singing. But your heart kind of beats to that rhythm. And we feel more energized and relaxed. And I think that's pretty awesome. It's kind of like music is a bridge, right? Like, it links moments of like the past or present to moments maybe that you're gonna see in the future, right? Kind of a strange thing to think about, but you know, it's there. But it's not just about the memories, right? Because music can stir emotions sometimes without us even realizing why. Like, you ever noticed how like a minor chord progression, like something you just kind of hear in a song, it makes you feel sad. That's usually because it's in a minor key. And a lot of musicians do that to create this feeling of emotion and, target the audience and grab them kind of by that heartstring, right? They say. Or the opposite, like the major scale, it can feel uplifting, right? So composers and songwriters, performers, they use these patterns to evoke certain feelings in us. And often, music doesn't need any words at all to convey deep emotion. Like, if you ever hear jazz, like a little jazz solo, and you're like, oh man, that's funky, right? And you make that little stank face, right? You're like, ooh, little goosebumps, right? And there's no words usually in a lot of jazz music, but they can convey so much emotion. And then there are the lyrics, right? And the lyrics can be a window into someone's soul, right? Like, you're looking in, you're capturing the vulnerability. And I think that's what's huge about lyrics is a vulnerability. How open people are to express the way they feel, in their lyrics. They write these lyrics and they're so vulnerable with some of them that, you go back and you listen to a song, you're like, oh, it's a good song. And you go back and you listen to the lyrics and you're like, whoa, right? Like, think about this song. I'm going to use this song, Imagine by John Lennon, right? They resonate so deeply because their message, it's more than words. Like, it's their complex emotions that they're trying to convey. And they're trying to approach the listener in that way as well. But, how does music affect you? I just want you to contemplate this idea about how music affects you, and we'll go over it kind of in the next episode. Right. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.